There are two language versions for NJSJ static fluid loss cell, Chinese version and English version. Introduction to components. Installation of the instrument. Connect the instrument to a power supply and select an applicable power supply according to instrument model. Prepare the pressure supply to keep the pressure values of pressure supply within 7 to 14 megapascals. Preparation before the test. Put the cylinder assembly into the heating jacket. Insert the thermocouple into the hole in the cylinder to measure temperature. Turn on circuit breaker, set the temperature as required by the test. Pull the heater switch upward to warm up the instrument. When the temperature reaches the target temperature that has been set, turn off the heater switch. Take out the thermocouple and insert it into the hole in the heating jacket. Take out the cylinder and put it on the cylinder support with the end for high-pressure gas passage downward. Pour the cured cement slurry into the cylinder and steady. Keep cement slurry below the shoulder in the cylinder, which is used to support the filter screen about 5 centimeters. Do not fill the cylinder up to the brim to avoid danger resulting from expansion of cement slurry when it is heated. Put the filter screen into the cylinder and put the O-ring of filter screen into the cylinder. Screw down the cylinder cap for fluid loss. Pressure supply and fluid loss test temperature over 90. Put the cylinder into the heating jacket with the end for fluid loss upward. Insert the thermocouple into the hole in cylinder to measure temperature. Set the target temperature of the test. Turn on the heater switch and the instrument continues heating up. Connect a low-pressure hose to the end for fluid loss. Open the valve for low-pressure gas supply and adjust the pressure value according to test temperature. Open the valve for fluid loss slowly. After the temperature is increased to the target temperature, turn off the heater switch. Remove the thermocouple and insert it into the hole in the heating jacket. Close the valve for low-pressure gas supply. Close the valve for fluid loss. Open the gas release valve of the hose. Release all the pressure in the hose slowly and remove the low-pressure hose. Take out and invert the cylinder, and then put it into the heating jacket with the end for fluid loss facing down. Connect the high-pressure hose to the connector for high-pressure gas passage. Close gas release needle valve. Connect the filtrate receiver to the low-pressure quick connector at the end for fluid loss. Connect the low-pressure hose to the filtrate receiver, then close gas release needle valve. Insert the thermocouple into the hole in the cylinder to measure temperature. Turn on the heater switch. Adjust the pressure values of both low-pressure and high-pressure gas supply according to test temperature with pressure difference between 6.7 to 7.3 per. Open the valve for high-pressure gas passage slowly. Open the valve for fluid loss, pull the timer switch upward, and then the fluid loss test starts. When test time reaches 30 minutes, the instrument raises an alarm. Turn off heater switch. Then, turn off the alarm sound by pulling the timer switch downward to the central position. Close valves for fluid loss and high-pressure gas passage. Close valves for low-pressure gas supply and high-pressure gas supply to stop applying pressure. Open high-pressure gas release valve to release the pressure in high-pressure hose. After the pressure is released, close gas release valve and remove the connector for high-pressure manifold. Open the low-pressure gas release valve to release the pressure in low-pressure hose. After the pressure is released, close the gas release valve. After the cylinder is cooling down to a safe temperature, open the valve for high-pressure gas passage slowly to release the residual pressure. Remove the filtrate receiver. Pour the filtrate in the receiver into a graduated cylinder and record the reading. Open the valve for fluid loss slowly. Pressure supply and fluid loss test temperature below or equal to 90. Put the cylinder into the heating jacket. Insert the thermocouple into the hole in cylinder to measure temperature and turn on the heater switch. With the end for high-pressure gas passage upward, connect the connector for high-pressure gas passage. Open the valve for high-pressure gas supply and adjust the pressure value of high-pressure gas supply to 6.9 megapascals. Open the valve for high-pressure gas passage slowly. Put a graduated cylinder under the port used for fluid loss. Open the valve for fluid loss. Pull the timer switch upward and then the timer starts to keep time. When reaching the set time, the instrument raises an alarm. Turn off the timer switch and pull it downward again to indicate reset. Turn off the heater switch. Close valves for fluid loss and high-pressure gas passage. Close the valve for high-pressure gas supply. Open the high-pressure gas release valve to release the gas after the pressure is released. Close the gas release valve and remove the connector for high-pressure manifold. Read the graduated cylinder and record the fluid loss volume. Open the valve for high-pressure gas passage slowly to release the residual pressure. Take out the cylinder and put it on the cylinder support with the end for high-pressure gas passage downward. Open the cylinder cap for fluid loss. Take out the O-ring and filter screen with care and pour out the cement slurry. Clean the cylinder, filter screen, cylinder caps, connectors, valves, etc. Parameter settings. Temperature settings. Time settings.